Formula One didn't just survive the last decade, it was rebuilt. But to understand the future and the historic entry of Cadillac, we need to go back to the moment when everything almost fell apart. When Liberty Media acquired Formula One in 2017, the sport was still the pinnacle of engineering. It was fast, it was expensive, but it was dying, slowly. The category was locked in tradition, speaking to the same audience in the same language through the same closed channels. Bernie Ecclestone, the former czar of the sport, once said a phrase that became infamous. "I'm not interested in the younger generation. They don't have money. I want the 70-year-old guy who can buy a Rolex." That mentality created a brilliant sport, but a distant one. High-end engineering, locked in an ivory tower. But Liberty Media saw something different. They didn't see just a racing series. They saw a global entertainment brand, waiting to be unlocked. Their first move wasn't on the track. It was in the narrative. For decades, F1 was presented as an engineering laboratory. Complex, technical, exclusive. But Liberty understood a universal truth. Modern audiences don't fall in love with machines. They fall in love with people. So they shifted the center of gravity. Formula One stopped being just an engineer's championship and became a story-driven product. Social media, once banned in the paddock, was unleashed. Suddenly, drivers stopped being just helmets and became humans. We saw the behind the scenes. We saw the raw frustration. But that was just the foundation for the real turning point. Then came Netflix. Drive to Survive didn't explain how downforce works. And honestly, no one cared. The series explained why it matters. It took rivalries that were once just footnotes and turned them into tribal wars. It turned team principals into global celebrities. It showed that the fight for 7th place could be just as tense as the fight for the title. Rivalry, pressure, fear, ego, risk. Suddenly, you didn't need decades of history to choose a side. Formula One became emotional before it became technical. A new audience arrived. Younger, diverse, digitally native, fans who discovered F1 through streaming, not Sunday morning television. But pay attention, marketing alone doesn't save a bad product. Liberty changed the business structure. They implemented the cost cap. Before, teams like Mercedes and Ferrari were spending $500 million a year. It was a rigged game. By limiting spending, Liberty turned teams into profitable franchises. This attracted American investors, Hollywood actors, tech giants. F1 stopped being a money pit and became a high-return investment. For decades, F1 failed to conquer the United States. It felt too foreign, too distant. Liberty attacked that head-on with an experience-first strategy. Austin proved the demand. Miami delivered the spectacle. But Las Vegas? Las Vegas changed the scale entirely. That Grand Prix wasn't just a race. It was a statement of power. Formula One was no longer visiting America, it was planting roots. And now, the final piece of the puzzle is falling into place. Cadillac. It's not just a sponsor, it's General Motors. It's an American identity. It's real engineering. Cadillac's entry into Formula One is the ultimate seal of approval for Liberty Media's project. Was there resistance from the European teams? Yes, they protected their private club. But the weight of the American market made this union inevitable. Liberty Media didn't just modernize Formula One. They positioned it for the future. A future where racing lives beyond the circuit, where fans engage year-round, where America is no longer just a spectator, but a protagonist. Formula One didn't lose its soul. It expanded it. And this next chapter, with Cadillac on the grid, is only the beginning. If you want deep analysis, strategy, and insight into how Formula One is evolving, beyond the headlines and beyond the hype, this is your channel. Subscribe to American Apex F1 and stay ahead of the curve.